Okay. Oh, Terry's in there to get a wrench.
Ugh. I did. I threw him, it should say, because I threw him a moderator wrench. Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm Tammy Sipniewski, your crypto queen. Thank you so much for popping by my channel. Tonight, we have a special guest for the live stream. We have on Gayla, Mrs. NFT Queen herself. Gayla, welcome to the Crypto Queen channel.
Hi. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, thank you so much for coming by. And I'm so glad to have you. The reason, I don't know that much about NFTs. I probably know the bare minimum. So it will be very interesting for me to learn a lot about NFTs, but also, you know, how you make them, like everything that's involved with NFTs, from where you draw your inspiration to where you finally go to post them and the process. So I'm hoping to get quite an education today. So I have a lot of questions. I hope you don't mind.
No. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So first, before we dive into that, uh, let's talk a little bit about you. Let's just get a little bio about you. So clearly, you're an artist.
I'm a writer, but I've always been a little bit more on the creative side. So all that kind of comes a little naturally. My husband got I mean, he dabbled in crypto for a few years, but he didn't get really heavy into crypto until September. And so he was always hanging out in everyone's live streams, and I was always watching them with him. And then I started hearing about NFTs because honestly, like the crypto space does not interest me at all. But the NFT space caught my attention. And so I really started deep diving and trying to figure out and learn everything I could, which not easy to even learn about NFTs right now because there's so few people that you can even rely on for valuable information.
This is true. This is true. So, in case anybody is jumping onto the live stream and they're not totally sure what an NFT is, it stands for non fungible token. And token just means anything that's stored there on the blockchain. So,
Right.
it can be a simple picture like a JPEG, or it could be something that has actual utility. Like if you're playing a game and you buy your guy a little outfit to wear in the game, that's an NFT. If they have a
Right.
weapon of any kind, that's an NFT.
Music is even coming out now. You're starting to see music come out as NFTs.
That's awesome. It's amazing what the possibilities are. Of course, anything that's going to be in the metaverse, that's going to be an NFT. Everything that lives there on the blockchain is an NFT. And
And I
what
honestly the eventually I think it's going to take 3, 5, 7 years to come, but NFT concert tickets are going to be NFTs. Any kind of event ticket is going to be an NFT. You're already starting to see it, in baseball and basketball, the Coachella concert, NFTs. And so I really think we're leading into a space and will eventually lead away from the JPEGs and not necessarily the quality art. I think there will always be a market for high quality art, but if we're being honest, there's a lot of trash art out there right now too that should not be worth what it's worth. And I think that bubble will eventually pop once everyone gets a grasp on the possibility of what they can do with an NFT.
right. Probably the most popular type of NFTs there are would be the ones that are like profile picture NFTs. Like
Right. No,
your
this is
profile
correct.
picture would be considered an NFT,
Yes,
right?
on NFT made me that for Valentine's Day.
Aw.
But yeah, but yeah, pretty much anything can be an NFT. But I am really kind of focused on the niche of what the music industry is going to do with NFTs, what authors are going to start doing with NFTs.
You actually told me an interesting story before we got on the live stream where you see the future of physical books as far as where NFTs go. You want to dive into that?
Yeah, so I'm waiting for someone to beat me to it. But I really see, because Amazon right now for indie authors, self-publishers that aren't published by the five big publishing houses, is pretty much their only go-to. And it's not the best. They don't treat their authors the best. And so once NFTs become more mainstream and people start just automatically assuming a scam and start understanding the process and how floors work, and how the price moves, I really see authors jumping on this, because all they would have to do is, I mean, they could make their book covers the NFTs and then allow the book, an ebook, or they could even send a physical book along with it, because you can have unlockable content within an NFT. And so if you provided your address, you get a physical book sent, but with the ebook, so say an author wants to release 5,000. They could come out and have 5,000 NFTs at 5,000 books, and then they're constantly generating profit, because if they sell out, that floor is constantly going to rise.
It's amazing what the possibilities are then. Like that could be a lot of money. Something I recently learned about NFTs is that let's say somebody makes an NFT, they put it up for sale, let's say on OpenSea, and
Mm-hmm.
somebody purchases that NFT and
Mm-hmm.
maybe they stake it or they mint it. Maybe they don't do anything with it. Maybe they just have it in their wallet. They go
So
to sell it.
minting is the process of whenever you're
Oh,
actually,
yes, when you initially get it. Yeah. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. You're totally right. See? Learning stuff already. So they turn around and just sell it. They want to get rid of it. They want to unload it. They sell it to somebody else. The creator of that NFT also gets a portion of that new sale.
Yes, so you can set your royalty percentages. So every time you make a collection or a single NFT, there is a little field where you can enter a royalty percentage. And you cannot just have it go to you. Say you want 5% to go to, a charity or another person, or, you know, your partner, you can divide that percentage equally. Right now, the standard is between 8 and 10% royalty. And so it's not just like the first time that NFT sells. Every time that NFT sells forever, you get that 10% royalty.
That's amazing. Like, I didn't know that. I learned that probably just a couple of weeks ago. So that's the potential of that is
Yeah,
crazy considering every time it gets sold, you're assuming it's getting sold for more and more and more cryptocurrency.
right. So, okay, do you understand an NFT floor? Do you know what that is?
No, why don't you explain that?
Okay, so an NFT floor is basically, say there's 100 NFT collection released at half an ETH. That's a really high release price. But at half an ETH, there's 100 NFT collection. All 100 get bought at that half an ETH. That raises the floor
Okay.
to whatever percentage. And then people set a new floor. But the caveat with that is somebody can go purchase an NFT and then list it for 20% less. And so it will sell quicker because it's, considered a sell or a steal, but that lowers the floor price of the NFT. So that is how the bottom of NFTs falls out, is
Okay.
whenever people start selling them for lower prices than what the floor price is. That's how the price in the collection starts to bottom out and drop.
I can totally see that happening because when I look at some of the projects that are out there, I don't want to name names, but they're setting astronomical amounts for these pictures that have this is for something that has zero utility. It's just a simple JPEG.
Right,
Sometimes they sell for an ETH or
right.
more. And I'm thinking, how is this valuable? Like, I
Yeah.
think to myself, how are they even staking this? What's going on here? how is this that worth that kind of money? I
And
don't get it.
I think right now a lot of NFT collection creators are kind of following a parallel path with low cap coins. Whereas they're coming out with a roadmap and they're coming out with utility. But it's not like, let's be honest, there's not really utility to it, like real world utility. There, the roadmap, like, oh, we're going to donate some to charity, we're going to do a giveaway. Like, in the grand scheme of things, that's not like a long process going to go anywhere. It's going to end up just like 98% of the tokens out there right now. So what I'm really interested in seeing is when the flip starts to happen, and we're starting to see it with Coachella and with Gary Vee's launch. Do you know who Gary Vee is? If you
Yes.
want to NFTs, yes.
I know who Gary V.
He's
That's the one thing I do know,
the
people. You should be
only
impressed
person
with that.
to trust in this space if you want real information on NFTs. But front loading the NFT with so much utility and so much usage that the cost is worth it in the real world. So you're not just buying a collectible picture. You don't even necessarily need outstanding art. You could come out with just a simple like trading card ticket type thing, NFT that when you buy it, you get access to a concert, you get access to a meet and greet, you get a free autograph, you get, a picture. There's just so many possibilities, and especially people with larger platforms to jump in this space and really take advantage of where we're at and be one of the first to really break through and do it right.
Right. That's so interesting. Before we went live, you were talking about Coachella because I know what Coachella is, but I didn't realize that they were doing this. Do you want to tell what is happening with Coachella and NFTs?
Yeah, okay. So I haven't it released a couple months ago, so from memory I'll tell you what happened. I don't know if they sold all their tickets in NFT form, but I know they released Coachella Keys. And so certain keys come with lifetime access to Coachella, and then, the next level, more expensive, comes with lifetime access to Coachella and lifetime access to VIP areas with certain celebrities. So each one you buy is worth something, and each time, and once it's sold, all those benefits transfer to whoever the next person is that buys it. And it's just a simple key.
Right. That's amazing. That's really ingenious, as a matter of fact. Do you know how much money they're going for?
I don't remember off the top of my head what the floor price, what the mint price was for them. I'm pretty sure it was pretty high up there just because it was Coachella.
Right.
But
And if you're doing a meet and greet with some celebrities, you know that's costing a penny.
yeah, exactly. And again, all these NFT launches we're seeing launch at astronomical prices at half an ETH, a whole ETH, 2 ETH. I would pay that if I had those benefits with it. I'm not going to pay that for a picture of a monkey.
Right. And you're saying that that was lifetime access. That's not just like a concert ticket where you get in once and you're done. That's
Yeah.
lifetime access. So that's got to be expensive. Some nice rich kids are enjoying that. I'm sure they'll be getting that for Christmas presents.
Loving
No
life.
doubt. Mhm. So so you have created some NFTs.
I created some. I mean, literally, like when I was first finding out what NFTs were a few months ago, just to kind of like test out the waters and figure out like how does OpenSea work? Like, how do I connect a wallet? Like, how do I mint an NFT? Like, because we're all learning in this space, and so they're out there. They're on my Twitter. We don't have to show them, but
Okay.
but I am working on a project with Teddy Ganja. and this is kind of breaking news because I just got permission before we hopped on live to even share this. Um, but I don't want to give away all the details. We're very early in the development phases. He's been super busy with Shinja, obviously, and has Dubai coming up. And I've been super busy with deadlines for writing. So, but once he gets back, we're really going to get to work on it. But one thing we do know for sure is that we're going to the first collection is only going to be 500. And we are going to have 50 whitelist spots. And do you know what a whitelist is?
No.
Okay. So a whitelist is basically similar to a pre-sale in crypto. So basically 50 whitelist spots, you can give them away, you can earn them in different ways, but it basically gives you a guarantee to buy the NFT at the mint price at least 24 hours before the public's allowed to buy.
Okay. Do you know how many whitelist spaces you're doing?
Um, we've been throwing around a number. We're thinking 50 just because 10% ish right now. But with every whitelist spot, it's going to come with guaranteed 2 nights in Vegas.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. So
That's
I mean,
cool.
is our goal is we are really trying to front load these for the ganja goons, the degenerates. We're not trying to make something for the masses and make millions of dollars off of it. Our goal is really just to have some way to like bring the community together and celebrate and have a good time where everyone is winning.
Awesome. Do you want to, can we get any leaks beyond that? Like what are they? What do they look like?
The final designs haven't even been completed yet.
Okay, so the big leak was that you're working with our friend of the Crypto Queen channel, Teddy Ganja.
Yes.
Awesome. That's amazing. I love Teddy. He's awesome. In case you guys don't know who he is, he's just a wonderful person. His channel is the Crypto Tomorrow. I always get it wrong. Is it the Crypto Tomorrow? I think
The
it
crypto
is.
future.
The Crypto Future. I always get it wrong.
I think it's my crypto future.
I always get his channel name wrong because I always just think Teddy, Teddy, Teddy. So okay, yeah. That's amazing. Man, he kept it from me. He's got pretty tight lips, And when men get together, they gossip. They accuse women of gossiping, but they're the
I
worst
know,
ones.
so that's why I figured that it probably already gotten around a little bit.
He kept it pretty good from me, so that was good. So that's amazing. When are you thinking? Oh, so he's got to come back from Dubai because Teddy's going with Cliff from Shinja over
Right.
to Dubai for the expo, and he'll be there for a little bit. And then when he gets back, you're going to do the deep dive into it and create. Like,
I
they've
mean,
got to be the Goonies, right? You're naming them the Goonies. It's got to be because it's the Ganja
I think
Goons.
I actually like mentioned that name. I'm pretty sure that was like one of my suggestions, but we haven't came up with a name yet. Um,
So we got a super chat from that guy who says, "Looking good, ladies. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, that guy." Although technically I'm not that guy, but his name here is that guy, so that's what we're going with. So that's amazing. You have this whole thing ahead of you. How exciting. What is it like? How did you get how do you even start going on OpenSea? Like what does that process look like?
so OpenSea is a terrible platform. I wish the next like really there is an opportunity right now for a developer, for a token, for somebody to come in and create an amazing NFT platform that will blow OpenSea out of the water because OpenSea is terrible. And then there's also Rarible, but it's not as popular. And I mean, really, right now, we don't have like a great space. OpenSea gets hacked all the time. OpenSea shuts down all the time. I mean, it's almost a weekly occurrence at this point.
Which is sad because they're pretty much the go-to.
Yeah.
Although, Crypto.com has Croce, and I've gotten a couple of things on Croce.
Yeah, there's
So
tons of other smaller ones, but as far as the main player in the space, it's OpenSea, and it's sad that OpenSea.
it's the gold standard right now, and it's like you said, it's constantly being hacked, and it's like that's all there is right now.
Yeah,
So
so
what does that process look? Let's say you generate your picture. Let's say it's a simple profile picture, it's a JPEG. Are there certain dimensions that you have to work with? Quality as far as is it what does all of that look like? I don't know anything about it.
so what you do is you log on to OpenSea and connect your MetaMask or your Trust wallet, whatever. Well, I think they take Trust wallet, but whatever they take MetaMask, whatever wallet you want, you would connect it to it, and then to mint an NFT on the Ethereum network, you have to pay gas. But if you mint it through Polygon, it's free. But Polygon NFTs have a really bad rap because it's what I did, but it's what all the amateurs use to mint, these random NFTs that they're just throwing out there on the market.
Because
So
it's
it,
so much cheaper, right? I mean,
I
to
mean, it's based. I mean, it cost I think like 4 cents to send it to somebody. It's free to mint. It's free. So it is cheaper, and I wish it didn't have a bad rap because of the gas fees. But right now, no one really trusts those because of the bad rap they have. So, I mean, unless you're coming out with Ethereum, NFTs on the Ethereum blockchain, you're not really taken seriously.
okay. Your future NFT project, what blockchain will it be on?
Ethereum.
It will be Ethereum.
Yeah.
But of course, we understand that whenever anything is done on the Ethereum blockchain, it's the gas fees are there. So I've purchased a few NFTs on Croce, and I've purchased a few NFTs from
Ethereum. Teddy
OpenSea
might
through
come
Polygon.
and change me and say, no, we're going to do Polygon because it's cheaper. That's a Teddy decision, but I think we're going with Ethereum.
Hmm. Well, I think if they're more respected, it's probably the smart thing to do, especially if you're given 2 nights away in Vegas.
Yeah.
I think
And
that,
there'll be other like rare content for other events and activities in Vegas that will go with like the rare aspect of the NFT. Like we'll have a certain percentage that, has some special symbol or some special color or something where they get access to, a dinner or some other event that we put on.
right. He kept it so quiet. Ugh, Teddy. He probably told all the guys but me. That's how they are. We
He's
have a
talking
group
about it.
on
Terry, my husband caught him talking about it one morning on his early live stream, and I was like, "What?"
you're like, "Here I've not said a word, and here you are gabbing about it all over YouTube." Great. Good, Teddy. Good. So they've got this group in Twitter that the Sandstorm has whenever he does the roundtable, and there's like 30 creators in this chat. And today my phone did nothing but blow up because it's all these people communicating with each other and they're all men. I'm like, don't they work? Like, what do they do? And I felt like getting on it because after like the thousandth time my phone went off that these guys were talking back and forth, I'm like, why don't you just go to each other's house and braid each other's hair and paint your nails and talk about that there? Because like I'm trying to work.
So much more dramatic than women, and I don't understand how we have the bad rap because they act like freaking toddlers sometimes.
Mhm. That is absolutely true. That is true. Mhm. That's true. Men are just I sorry for the men that are in the chat, but ASMR fan is in the house. Hey, ASMR fan. This is Austin's wife. She has an ASMR channel where she eats. That's something you're into. Go check ASMR fan out. But,
So my husband actually has phobia, where he's like he can't handle chewing, and so I texted her earlier, and I was like, whenever he's acting up, I put your channel on just to torture him.
oh, that's awesome. Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, men are such babies, that's I heard one guy say, "Oh, I had a stone, I hear it's as bad as labor." I'm like, "Uh-uh." You know who said that? A man with a stone. No
Yeah,
woman is gonna say that, Like, come on. They're babies.
exactly. I
So
had a 12-pound baby. There's no way that's compared to a stone.
12 pounds?
Yeah, my youngest was 11 pounds, 15 and a half ounces, and
W
24 inches long.
wow.
He
That's
was,
a big baby.
yeah, he was the second largest ever born in the hospital where he was
Oh
born.
my goodness gracious. When he came out, did he grab the car keys and say, "Let's go home?
When he
I'm
came out,
ready."
the hospital had to go find size 2 diapers because none of the newborns or size 1 would fit him.
Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. That's a big baby. God bless you. God bless you. That's all I have to say. I hope you rocked that. What do they
Oh, I
give
had
the
connection with
Yeah,
that one.
did you have one of those or did you do natural?
No, absolutely not.
You didn't go
I have my
natural?
first one natural, but she was only 6 pounds.
Mhm.
So 6 pounds to 12 pounds, I wasn't trying again because we're not going to have that kind of increase on another one.
No, that's crazy. Wow. So I know we have veered off the NFT track a little bit, so I'll try to, bring it back on over. So, how many have you
You,
currently sold any NFTs on OpenSea now?
have I sold any? No.
Okay. Do you have any sitting over there?
I mean, I have the little crappy ones that I made on the Polygon chain if you want to go look
Okay.
at them.
How did you make them? Like, what did you use
So the
a
one I'm proudest of making, I actually set at a really high price because I want to give it to Jake Gagan, but Jake Gagan keeps ignoring me. So I set it at 2 ETH so that nobody would buy it. Because what I did, I went through and when I was a kid, I used to be really into like graphic design and making t-shirts and all that kind of stuff. Well, then I stumbled upon Blender about 2 or 3 months ago, and I taught myself how to work with it. And Jake was like super into apes, so I made him his own little ape with a Jake Gagan t-shirt. And I don't know if I have a link to that. If that guy's listening, he can send you a link to that one.
JK? And I have to say, he's in that chat. So they were all going today, and I just wanted to mute them because I'm like, shut up. But the funny thing is, they do talk about cryptocurrencies in there. And
Yeah,
a lot of them get the inside scoop because the developers reach out to them first to
yeah,
either say, let's work together, I'll pay you for a video. So they do have a lot of scoops. If it wasn't for that, I would have left the group because it's a pain in the ass. But I'm
yeah.
like, no, they might talk about something that I need to hear, I need to know about. So I'm staying in. I'll just
Part
have to mute them, but it's so he's in that group.
of
I'll
okay,
say something to him. Do you want me to
okay.
put a link in the group? Because it's like there's
Out there.
probably only 25 people, maybe not even 25 people. Maybe there's only like 18 guys and me in the group.
No, he's seen it. He can keep ignoring me. It's okay. He'll regret it one day.
Now, you want him to buy it or you want to send it to him?
No, I wanted him to have it, but then when he kept ignoring me, I just set like a really high price on it because I didn't want anyone to take it.
To scoop it?
Yeah,
Dang. 2 ETH, yeah. Hmm. So what was the name of that program that you say you used?
Blender. It's a free program. It's extremely difficult to learn to use if you have no graphic design experience. Um, but there's lots of good YouTube like how-to videos out there. Blender Guru. If you want to learn to use Blender, start with Blender Guru and make a donut. Making a donut will teach you all the basics.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. There's another good artistic program that's out there. It's called Affinity Photo. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
No.
It's very good. It's just as good as anything from Adobe.
Like Photoshop.
Yes. And it's only a one-time fee. I think it might be 29.99, and it's just as good as that. And the 29.99 fee is a one-time fee. So you get lifetime use out
Oh
of
wow.
Affinity Photo, and it's absolutely amazing. You can do different layers and, anything that you can do with the Adobe system, you can
Mhm.
do with Affinity Photo, and I know a lot of people are using Affinity Photo to generate their NFTs.
Yeah. So Blender is just for 3D work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you want to do like 3D work, 3D NFTs, that's what Blender's for.
You're
Otherwise, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was gonna say the NFT that you made in honor of Jake Gagan, you're trying to get him, is that a 3D NFT?
Yeah, it's a 3D8.
I wanna see it, come on now. How do I get to the link?
Oh, I don't know because my husband, oh, let's see.
"Hey, husband, send me the link.
Yeah, he
S
should be
Send us
watching.
the link. I would love to see it. I'd love to check it out." So, as far as how rare something is and how valuable it is, what do you see right now as being probably, as far as JPEGs go, not like we were talking about books and concert tickets, what do you think right now is probably the most promoted and most sought after NFT collection that's very expensive and you
Oh,
think will be successful?
all the apes. Mutant apes, the Bored Ape Yacht Club, all the apes ones are popular. All the V friends, Gary V's, they're of course super popular. Um, there's been a few that's came out. One I'm really excited about, and I want everyone to take this with a grain of salt because I'm not really excited about it because I think it's going to make me a millionaire. I'm really excited about it because I actually believe in the cause and the project and the person behind the project. This is going to be her second project launch. Her first one was the NFT titties, the little pixelated ones, which even David Gochstein is a holder of one. Um, so her new collection comes out, I think it's the 27th or 28th of this month, but it's called She Survives. And she's partnered with American Cancer Society, and 40% of all proceeds go directly with it to them. And this
That's
is all,
amazing.
and it's all been verified. Like I said, I don't expect me to become a millionaire off of it, but I feel like as far as the JPEG NFTs go, like that is the kind of project that might actually stick around for a while because it's all in honor of breast cancer and, ovarian cancer and things that have happened to women.
Right.
So that's the kind of project I feel has legs to stand on that you're not going to become a millionaire, but you will make money and hold on to something that has worth and has a cause behind it, a worthy cause.
Right. So in essence, if somebody buys one of those NFTs, they're going to have something of valuable, plus they get to contribute to a wonderful charity.
Right. And the mint price is only 0.05 E.
That's it?
Yes.
Man, I got one of my cat that was like point zero. Well, I know it's half of that, but it was like half of that. It's my cat.
Yeah. Yeah. She's just very honest, full of integrity. I love the person behind that project.
That's amazing. There's a lot of different projects out there that are geared towards women. I don't know if you know Women with Weapons.
Mm-hmm. I
I
know
love
women with
those.
weapons, women of crypto. I think there's a women warriors. And those are actually pretty popular. And just being a woman, I kind of feel I should support all the women ones anyway. So
Heck yeah. We gotta stand together. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Women
my
should stand together more because I feel like they don't. It you know what I think it is, Galen? They're so competitive with one another. They're always worried about, and I found this to be true with a lot of my friends. You could be friends with girls when you're younger, but when you get older, it almost seems like there's this jealousy thing, like, is my husband gonna look at you? Is he
yeah,
gonna fantasize about you? Like, there's always this thing in the back of a woman's mind, "Oh my god, am I gonna lose my man?"
yeah.
Like, it's a nervous thing that maybe
Don't you
some
think
women
it's
can't even help, they're just nervous about it, and it pits women against each other,
yes,
and I
I
think
think
if we could just let that go.
yes, I think it's insecurities that we have within ourselves because we live in a man's world still.
It definitely is the patriarchal society.
Yeah.
And now we just lost half the viewers. I was kidding. But no, I feel that's true. So yeah, I do like very much the women with weapons. They're expensive, but you know who's a big supporter of them? Mark
Gary.
Zuckerberg's sister.
Oh, really? So is Gary V.
Yeah, she's got a lot to do with cryptocurrency. She's trying to bring a lot of women into cryptocurrency. Her name is Randy Zuckerberg, and she's all about getting women into this space, whether it's cryptocurrency, whether it's NFTs, saying we need to educate women about this. They need to become financially independent through the means of, either this or that. Like she's wonderful. She's great. I really like her.
Someone else, Paris Hilton, believe it or not, is actually huge in the NFT space and has become a huge advocate for women, bringing women into the NFT space and finding them financial freedom.
Isn't that amazing? Like
Yeah. And
that's
I've
well,
seen,
she was young once and she grew up, which is awesome. That's. Oh,
yeah,
speaking of, look who's in the chat. I don't know if you can see the chat.
can't.
Look who's in here. It's the Lively Void, aka Teddy Ganja. Don't worry about the views. Do your thing, guys. You're doing great. Well, thanks, Teddy. And Teddy, congratulations. Man, can you keep a secret? Oh my gosh. Okay. Uh-huh. You kept a really good secret. I don't know anything about this jam that you got going with the NFT thing, but I think that's going to be absolutely amazing. And I'm proud of you, Teddy. You're doing so good. Like you're going to Dubai with Cliff from Shinja. It's like Teddy busted out of nowhere and now he owns this space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's done really well. Kimberly
Everyone,
Jones with a super chat. Thank you very much, Kimberly. She's talking about Shiba Doge, army of NFTs. I guess Shiba Doge has their own NFTs too, right?
yeah.
That's great. I'm not familiar with that one. And then she says women's support. Yes, that's very true. Um, So, yes, Teddy, congratulations. I think that's awesome. I think that's amazing. And I'm so happy to have Galen here on the channel to talk about NFTs because, Teddy, I don't know anything about NFTs at all. So I think the prospects of NFTs in general is amazing. And for people that are just joining us, maybe they just got here, maybe they were watching some other live stream, we're just discussing what the future of NFTs really is, where it's going, and a fun fact that I didn't know about NFTs. So the person who generates an NFT, the artist, they put an NFT up for sale. Anytime that NFT sells in perpetuity, they get a slice of that pie. So when Galen and Teddy are like 90 years old, they're still going to be making money off these NFTs, right? That's insane. Like that's absolutely amazing to think that and that's just with JPEG NFTs. We're talking about Galen was talking about how there's Coachella tickets that are NFTs that grant you a lifetime access to all the different concerts and hanging out with celebrities. Like truly, it is going to be just this huge market. And remember, anything that's going to be in the metaverse is going to be an NFT. NFT stands for non-fungible token. And I know sometimes when people hear token, they picture a token, like a round coin, a token. But token just means anything that lives there on the blockchain, basically. Right, Galen? Did I get that right?
Yes.
So, what are you drawing inspiration from when you're creating NFTs? What is it? Do you sit back with a glass of wine? Maybe you got like a doob, or maybe you eat a gummy. Here, marijuana is legal in New Jersey, and I probably shouldn't said that. There goes my monetization, but that's legal here. And how do you? Where's your headspace at? What do you do to prep to start to create?
I don't really have any prep. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. I'm not an outliner or a plotter when it comes to writing my own work. I'm very versatile in outlining and plotting for other people and projects that I'm hired for. Um, but I kind of just wing it. Like I feel better in the driver's seat, just kind of figuring it out as I go along and seeing what I come up with. I feel I'm more. I feel like whenever I go in with an idea and I deviate from that idea or it doesn't work out how I imagined it would work out, that kind of like imposter syndrome strikes where you start thinking like, I can't even do this. It's not good. It's not great. And so I found when I go in with a clear idea of what I want, it never works out. And so it's best to just kind of have like a vague notion of something I might be leaning towards and see what that turns out to be.
Are you drinking wine while this is going on, or you have to be totally straight? Do you find anything lends to your creative process, like a glass of wine or something?
Yeah, I definitely like a glass of wine, gummies. I have my medical card, so it's legal for me here. But yeah, anytime I definitely can't be creative if I'm like stressed out, if there's lots going on, if you know my kids are yelling or arguing, I can't function in that kind of environment. I can't be creative, I can't write, I can't come up with anything. So I really just need like quiet and like drawn it, not even necessarily quiet, but I just need peace. Like as long as everything is peaceful around me and calm, then I'm fine. I'm in my zone.
That's good. Anything you got to do to get in the zone. I
Yeah.
think anything anybody needs to get into that zone should be absolutely legal.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to calm down. People need to relax and just whatever they do, they do.
Especially in these times.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. So, what other projects do you think are maybe a little overpriced? Like they're not did we already touch on that? Did we say? Like what project do you cringe when you see how much money they're going for? Or is it something you don't want to talk about? Like you don't want to be blacklisted by the NFT. We'll skip
I
that
don't want
question.
to I don't want to call out any projects that I think are overpriced right now, like any valid projects that are doing well that I think are overpriced. I will say there was one called Pixelmon that had an absolutely horrible launch a week or two ago. So whenever they minted, everyone minted these NFTs, and it was basically like a JPEG of an egg. And then on reveal day, the egg hatched and they got their NFTs. And I mean, you can go Google Pixelmon NFTs, or you might have even seen them floating around on Twitter. All the Kevin memes that you're seeing of like the weird turtle looking guy.
Uh-huh.
So these Pixelmon NFTs minted. I can't even remember what the mint price was, but it was one of the highest mint prices ever. And I think it might have been 3 ETH. I'm pretty sure it might have, because I remember seeing jokes of like I spent $12,000 and I ended up with this. But whenever they minted, when the eggs hatched, like some people, the characters didn't show up. Some people, the characters looked like they had been like held up to a candle and like melted into the ground. Uh, so basically, and they before even launched, they ended up raising $70 million. So basically, it was a rug pull in the NFT world, but the developers are still saying it wasn't a rug pull and they're going to fix it. I'm not sure. They don't have very good answers for themselves, but you want to see a great example of a failed project launch and what can absolutely go wrong in the NFT world. I highly recommend looking up Pixelmon.
That's crazy. I didn't even Pixel Mod?
Mon, M-O-N.
Pixelmon. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I no, I think I may have seen it, but it didn't register that that was the name. That's crazy.
yeah.
That's great. And they were going for 3. Now, I don't understand. How do they not see that? Like this is not something that somebody's drawing out. How does it look like it's melted? Was that done on purpose or?
No, I think that because when you create NFTs, you create them in layers. And the way they did their launch was a blind launch. So whenever you purchased your NFT, you just got basically a JPEG of an egg. And then on launch day or a certain release day, all the eggs hatched and you got to see what you were supposed to get. But the quality of what the previews were compared to the quality, I mean, my 6-year-old could have made these.
Oh gosh.
How terrible. I mean, some of them were like face down, so you couldn't even see anything but like their feet. And then it was bad.
Well, that stinks. And people paid all that money. So that's
Yeah.
considered a rug pull
I mean, I
in the NFT space. Like, oh, I got a shitty NFT. I got rugged.
yeah. I mean,
Rugged.
basically, like apples to oranges, kind of.
So I purchased a few NFTs over on Croce, and I
Hmm.
had made a video for this company called Corolla, and it was, of course, koalas that are there on Croce, and I'd never done it before, so I was all excited. I was thinking in my mind, I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought I'd be able to pick my man. I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I'm gonna get like one smoking weed, like with sunglasses." I'm thinking I'm gonna build this koala, and
yeah,
you hit mint, and I'm like ready for a process. Like, okay, I'm gonna. They're like, "Up, your koala is born," and it's just this. They spit it out. You get what you get, and I
yeah.
was like, "Oh, this is what I got." Like, I didn't know. Like I said, I don't know anything about NFTs. I didn't know that that was going to happen. Like, when you hit mint, you're gonna get what you get, unless you go to OpenSea, where they're
I'm
there as a finished product, and you can pick which one you want and pay the price and the gas fees and everything accordingly. But if you go somewhere to mint something, is that how they all are?
Yeah, most of the time, because the way NFTs are made, they're made through layers, and layers are what give you the different colored backgrounds, the different teeth, the different shirts, the different, horn symbols, whatever makes the difference in each picture. And so you have to have some coding knowledge to go in and code and say, okay, 20% are going to have a purple background, 1% is going to have diamonds or whatnot. And so that way it's coded in there and randomly generated whenever the launch happens and people get them. So even the developer doesn't know who's getting what NFT in that case.
Right. And depending on what the different attributes are for your NFT,
Mm-hmm.
let's say I did get the Rastafarian one, that would make it, because everybody wants one, that would
Mm-hmm.
make my NFT known as rare. Like, there's some rarity to the NFT, and the rarity of your NFT makes it more valuable. So
Right.
what are the different levels of that?
That varies with every project. So, like in the Bored Ape Yacht Club, the golden apes are rare. The ones with the diamond teeth are more rare. Different colored backgrounds are more rare. It just kind of varies by platform, but it all depends. The rarity is decided by the coder who loads the NFTs into the platform and actually back end codes everything. They get to say what percentage has, this background, what percentage has this, what percentage has that, and that decides the rarity levels.
And also the number of NFTs that happen to be in that certain collection. So if you buy an NFT and there's like 10,000 in that collection, that's a
Mhm.
crap ton of NFTs. Like, your NFT is probably not going to be that valuable. But if you're working with a collection that has like 50 or 1,000, like, that's still
Well,
not
that's
that many.
NFTs, not necessarily. I mean, there's collections with 10,000 that I think the Bored Ape Yacht Club has somewhere around there. And a lot of collections do, or most of them do. We're starting out somewhere between 8 and 10,000 NFTs, and I think we're going to eventually start seeing a breakaway from that because that many isn't needed. For if you're going to go in with a niche and like we were talking about, do use specific real world utility, that many is not needed. There's nothing wrong. A 700 NFT collection, no, you're not going to become a millionaire, but everybody's going to make money and everyone's going to win. You don't have to start out with 10,000.
Right. 10,000 would be something like a line that Gary V would do, because there's a demand there. A lot of people want to get into that project. But let's say if it's somebody like you or I, well, not you, because you got Teddy Ganja and you guys are gonna, but like, if I started an NFT collection and I had 10,000 NFTs, it probably wouldn't go that far, because it would be, it only a couple of people would probably buy them, and then I'd be stuck with all the rest of these NFTs, and it would make the rest of whatever NFTs were purchased, they wouldn't be rare, because there's so many of them. Like, it's just like that. So I think if someone is looking to invest in NFTs, they want something for the future, something that you feel is definitely going to hold its value for the future.
I don't
What
think
would
any of them will hold value for the future right now. I don't think anyone. I don't even think the board apes will hold. I don't. I mean, I could. I'm 100%. I could be completely wrong, but I think that bubble's going to pop. I think the Board Ape Yacht Club will probably always hold some value. I don't think they'll be worth $2 million a piece. But yeah, I
what's
think
one of those going for right now? Of course, they all vary. I know, but
the
what's
floor,
like a medium priced one?
I think the floor on the Board Ape Yacht Club right now is around 80 e.
80 ETH.
Yeah.
So that's 80 Ethereum. That's like $250,000, right? Like almost.
I think the last time I looked, the mutant apes were, I think, 24 ETH for now.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
an incredible amount of money. And a lot of people are shelling it out because they
Mhm.
think it is going to be. So when you have an NFT that is that much money, right now you've paid that much money for it. Who's who are the people that are staking it? Like where would somebody go to stake that NFT?
Like to sell it or to,
To
I don't,
stake it. You know how people stake their NFTs? Like they put it in a mine and it collects interest, just like if you were staking your tokens. Because
I
they,
don't know
I think it,
a lot about that process. Yeah, I couldn't really tell you. I know the different tokens that are coming out with NFTs have their own staking platform for
Mhm.
NFTs. I don't so much know how you would just stake any NFT. That's something I need to figure out.
So the NFTs that I've purchased in stake are, I told you the Corolla ones,
Yeah.
and they come with a root token, which is KOA. It's not that
Mhm.
KOA, it's another KOA. It's on the Kronos blockchain. And so I have two that are staked over there, but I purchased them from that platform, and you
Yeah.
have to stake them on that
That,
platform. And
yeah.
with that root token, you earn that root token of
Right.
KOA, whatever. I think it's like 15 cents right now. And normally, if you go to stake a token, you mint your NFT, and then you can stake it. It costs you a little fee to stake it, but then to unstake it, it's always a bigger fee. So just be careful if you're thinking about getting into some of these smaller NFT projects like Frowola. Uh, to stake it a little bit amount, you better leave it in there because to unstake each one of my NFTs is about 45 cryptocurrencies native token. It's not that much money. It's like 25 bucks. And I think each one of the NFTs were only 40 bucks a piece. But
Yeah.
don't put it in there for a week to earn maybe 50 cents worth of their root token only to pull it out the next week because you'll be losing money. If you're
Yeah.
staking anything, the idea is to leave it in there long enough to generate income, not to just buy it and pull it and buy it and pull it. Just leave it in there. Because really, what are people doing with NFTs now anyway? Like, so the majority of people purchase an NFT, it lives there on the blockchain. Like I have my cat made up. She's an NFT. She will live, she's gone now. She's in heaven, but she
Oh,
will live forever on the blockchain. And I could use her picture as like my profile picture. And I
yeah.
think that's what the majority of people are doing. If they're paying that much money for an NFT, they're putting it as their profile picture. Like Jake Gagan, he's got
It's
his thing is a
definitely
monkey.
flash right now. Like, to own a board ape is definitely, the Lamborghini and so on.
Okay, so somebody's telling me NFTs don't live on the blockchain.
Don't.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry.
Not you, but I know. I
Yeah.
figured that question was coming.
Man, we got the Shiba Doge people bombing us. Are these the Ganja goons that are in here talking about this Shiba Doge?
I doubt it.
Shiba Doge. So I guess I would. Hi, Mr. Cryptic. How are you? Thank you. Um, I guess they clearly have an NFT collection and they want some attention. So I guess Shiba Doge has an NFT collection. So
I
I hope
I actually own some Shiba Doge, so
oh, let's talk about that.
I don't own any NFTs. I own the
Oh, the
token.
cryptocurrency? Do you know anything about their, their NFTs?
No. Honestly, like being completely honest, when projects launch NFTs right now, I don't pay them any attention.
Because you're just done with it, or there's just too many.
Because I feel like this is personal opinion. I'm sorry, Shiba Doge, but I feel like that each token needs to prove themselves as a cryptocurrency before they overextend themselves into the NFT world. And I feel like that I'm not speaking to Shiba Doge personally. I am not. But I feel like that a lot of projects are using NFTs as a crutch to say that it's a form of utility.
That is so true. Let me just tell you, everybody, every token that is released is like, hey, we're releasing an NFT collection.
Yeah.
Every single token. And it's like, who is going to buy their NFTs?
Yeah.
Certainly only the people that are holders. So let's
Right.
say you have a token that has, and I just looked through this today, Zombie Inu. So they're,
Mhm.
of course, a cryptocurrency. They have about 15,000 holders. According to Dex Tools, I understand they might have more holders there on Bitmart. That doesn't reflect people that hold it on exchanges. But let's say even if it's 10,000 people that have it on Bitmart. So there's 25,000 holders of Zombie Inu. Out of that 25,000 people, who's going to start buying their NFTs really? Maybe 5%? And that's
Yeah.
a good percentage. Like maybe it may not even be 5%. So if you're saying you're launching this collection with the hopes that that's going to be the huge utility as to what brings your token some value, that's an issue because not
Because
that many people are going to want to buy it. So the demand isn't there.
right. And that's why I don't, and maybe I just don't understand their perspective and where they're trying to go with the NFTs. Because I mean, like I said, there's a billion possibilities. There's a billion different ways people can approach us, and maybe I'm just not grasping that concept. But I definitely feel like most projects are using NFTs as a crutch.
I do
Just
too. I feel like it's just something for them to put on the roadmap because
right.
if the community, like, listen, when Saitama will eventually launch those NFTs, because I think it will, they have the wolf pack that are very excited for Saitama. And we
Mm-hmm.
know that there's a lot of wolf pack members that will absolutely buy
Oh,
that.
sure. I mean, if the launch doesn't fail.
If they survive Dubai, which
Yeah.
I think they may not. I went through that in another live stream, but we have
Yeah.
tailor-made crypto saying it's cost prohibitive to store the actual NFT on the blockchain. Most NFTs are stored on a third-party site from which you bought it. If the site goes away, so does your NFT, or you could store it in your wallet too. There is a man, it's a pain in the ass getting your NFT from wherever the hell you bought it to put it in your wallet. It's a pain in the ass.
It's not that hard.
Oh, oh, yes, it is. I guess it depends on who you are or who you're dealing with because I still can't figure it out. Like I said, I had my, I did an AMA with, is it Dazed Dogs NFT or Glazed? I should know the name of these people. Something about it almost is like a high dog type of thing. And it's, why can't I remember the name of it? Anyway, I had them do my cat for me. And
Mhm.
so they put it there on OpenSea. They are through the Polygon network. So the gas fees really weren't that much to purchase off with the Polygon network. And I purchased it through my MetaMask using Ethereum from my MetaMask. Or,
Mhm.
or no, I had to purchase, I can't remember how I did it, but I had to wind up purchasing Ethereum because I didn't have Ethereum on the Polygon. So I had to, it was a crazy thing. And I still don't know how to get my NFT to show up in my wallet. Dazed dogs. Thank you. Teddy coming in with the save. Thank you, Teddy. Yeah, I still can't figure it out. So sometimes, it's not that what?
Is that Teddy? Lively Void is Teddy?
That's his gaming channel. Yeah, that's him.
Oh, okay.
Yep, that's him. So, he's I can't figure it out. So I have my cat stuck there on the blockchain, and now I can't get it through. I can't get it off. I'm like, how am I going to put this in? So if you purchase an NFT, when you do and you stick it in your wallet, is it a physical picture? Like you open it up and boom, there's the picture, or is it just, do you know?
Um, I really don't know, honestly. I know, like with hard, like cold wallets, they're coming out with cold wallets where you can actually view the pictures of your NFTs on them.
Yeah, see, I can't figure it out. So I feel like I have to actually sit down and just watch maybe a tutorial, like old lady fashion way. Like, okay, let me put my glasses on. Mama's going to learn how to do this. And it's probably going to take me like a half an hour to finally get that thing over into my wallet. But I want my cat. She's
So
sitting there and I want her in my wallet.
that's how we found like the whole crypto community was because so when my husband got into crypto, he called me like heavy into crypto. We had dabbled in like Litecoin and Doge and all that years ago. But he called me one day last September and said, I got drunk last night and spent $3,500 on something called Shiba Inu. And I was like, what is it? He was like, it's this new dog token. I was like, oh my God. Well, then 3 weeks later, we pull it up. He like looks at his wallet and it was October. And so it had like already
Boomed.
up to like 10 grand and then it just kept climbing. And that was kind of whenever I was like, all right, well, let me look on YouTube to see what this is about.
Shit. Did you sell it there? Did you pull profits?
Oh, no. Well,
Okay.
we didn't lose completely, but we sold ships by to Saitama and then we actually were in Vegas for the event.
What? No.
I didn't go to
You
the
were Wolfpack to the point where you went to Vegas? Did you just happen to be in Vegas at that time, or did you go for the event?
my husband has pictures with Jake, with Jill, with Austin, with Zach. I didn't go down there for the meet and greet because I have kids, and it was at like 5 or 6, and so I had taken them across the street to the New York to the
Roller
arcade.
coaster? Okay.
But yeah, so like he met them all. Yeah, and then we went to sleep, and then we woke up, and we were down like $40,000.
That's crazy. So you
Yeah,
went to bed and you were like up all this money, and then you woke up and you're like, "Oh my God, what
yeah,
happened?"
yeah.
So did you go to the party where Jake was live streaming?
No, I didn't because I was with the kids. My husband did.
What did your husband think about it? Was he I'm trying to get the mindset of the people that were there. Was he looking at his the wallet the whole time, or was he just enjoying himself thinking that he's in all of these profits and
Yeah, it was. I mean, it like when Jake said it never should have been streamed live. It never should have been streamed live. I mean, it wasn't. It was everybody was like wasted and partying and having a good time. Nobody was really paying attention. I was paying attention upstairs with the kids, and when I saw the price start dropping, and then my husband went to bed, and I tried to wake him up and be like, "Hey, we might need to sell this,"
yeah, we might need to unload some of this.
but he wouldn't wake up. And then the next morning, it was just like sickening. It was,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was really, really gut-wrenching. That's one of those days that will live in infamy for
yeah.
sure, what happened there. That was a complete but you know who was paying attention? Dr. Praveen, and he said when he saw the price starting to come down, he ran up to his hotel room to begin to throw ETH at it. So at least it would give the token some a level of support to even just stop the hemorrhaging for people to see, okay, someone's buying. There's big buys, so let me stop selling because maybe, maybe it'll go even higher type of thing. But we know who pulled profits there. All
Yeah,
of the devs pulled profits. We know that, the influencers, they all pulled profits. It's disgusting that, and I'm sure Zach Humphreys. So I
Yeah.
remember the day after that, like I watched all of their videos, and the first video that they made in the morning was like, "Hey, that was an awesome party." And I guess they went back and read their comments. Then they all made another video being like, "Okay, well, I know, it wasn't so great," like a mea culpa type of thing. And Zach was like, I have to say, I did take some profits. He was kind of like tiptoeing around it. And then like a couple months later, he did another video and he's like, "Yeah, I took half my profits that night in Vegas." It's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, did you take a little or did you take half? You don't know which one to believe, but and
Mhm.
there's this picture of Nam that at the party where he has this ginormous smile on his face. And it's not the smile of a man that's, "Hey, man, I'm building this awesome thing and we're going to take it to the next level." It's the smile of a man that says, "I'm effing rich. Me,
Yeah.
I'm
It,
rich." And I was like, these guys are dogs. They're
mm,
dogs. I knew it. As soon as I saw all that, I knew it. And then once really started to see all of the fails and understand them only because of Teddy. Teddy was the only one that stood up and actually gave the technical breakdown of everything. If not for him, probably the Wolfpack would have continued to get away with, "Oh, it's been a DDoS attack for 3 weeks." You
yeah.
know?
Yeah. I mean, still, is State of Realty even launched? I don't even know. Like, I don't even
No.
I'll put that no more. No.
I think no, it's not. I think what he's doing is he's keeping it in his back pocket as a talking point for Dubai. He's gonna go to Dubai and say, "Listen, I know our chart is shit and all of our whales are gone and it looks like we're down and out, but I got one final game to play, one last chip, one card, and it's Sata Realty, and I'm gonna launch it. If you get in now, you'll be able to participate." And he might even change everything with Sata Realty because honestly, if he just needed to deploy a new contract because there was there were sales before it technically launched, which Rodney caught, um,
Yeah.
he could have just done it. It would have taken 48 hours
Yeah.
max. I think he's going to do something with pre-selling. That's what I think. That's going to be the little bit of whatever he can sell it to in Dubai to these new whales to come in. Hey, you're going to make a shit ton of money. You'll be able to buy it really cheap, and then you'll be able to dump it on the wolf pack, and they're suckers. They'll be glad to hand you their money, Mr. Whale. They're more than happy for you to con them. So if you're willing to make a lot of money, come on into Saitama. We don't care. I mean, to me, or he's going to come back and say, "Listen, Wolfpack, here's a hard story. Um, we have a lot of interested investors in Dubai.
I think he
The
lost.
only thing is oh shit. The only thing is they don't like our tokenomics. And the contract is renounced. You can't change anything about that." He's
Hmm.
going to say they wish we had this different set of tokenomics, so we're going to need to launch a new token. I think that's what he's going to try to pull. And
I
you
mean,
know what? Half the wolf pack will be like, "Yay, he's rug pulling on us. We're going to get a new token that's going to have different tokenomics and we're getting rugged. Yay." That's what they're going to say.
airdrops, and it's
No,
gonna.
he's not going to airdrop. He's just going to rug pull and start a new token, is what I think he's going to do.
I'm saying whenever he starts a new token, he's going to be telling everybody he rugs, like, "Oh no."
There's
Well,
no way he'd be able to afford to airdrop all those tokens, right?
oh, I don't understand how he affords anything now. I mean, well, I do. He affords everything off of everyone's investors' money, but
He's got to have at least a dozen of the top wallets, and he's
oh,
just dumping. He says he hasn't sold any, but we know that's bullshit.
I mean, I personally feel like every marketing, like big marketing plan event that he's had is just like fulfilling his childhood dreams. Like he gets to go to the fights, he gets to be backstage, he gets, the Lamborghini, he's buying the dream house. Like, when are we gonna wake up and realize that he's just slowly living the high life while people are out here starving? That he's constantly feeding. Oh yeah, we're gonna get rich. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Max handled. I'll figure it out.
So I think that's the potential of the two things. I think it's either going to happen. He's holding State of Realty for the Trump card in Dubai, or he's going to come back and say, We've gotta launch a new token. We just don't have a marketing wallet. It's become untenable. We need a
Yeah,
marketing wallet. We've gotta, we can fix the tokenomics. Everything that we thought we had with Saitama is gonna be so much better with this new token. Are you with me? And the wolf pack is gonna be like, "Yay, he rug pulled us. Oh, it's awesome. It's so good. Daddy rug." I don't
you
understand.
don't understand their and I'm good at understanding people. I can have a conversation with anyone. I can get along with anyone. But I don't understand their thought process. I don't understand how. I mean, they have to be paid. Surely, nobody can get on there and just, thank you, Russ. Thank you so much. You're so great. I'm so proud of you. You're doing wonderful. We're so glad you're our leader. All right. Like, what are you on?
I think part of it too is they all have so many tokens that if they're not on their shilling, nobody will, and the token will definitely die. If not for the wolf pack, no token. No token. So I think this is their last bastion to try to save what money they have left in it. Because
Yeah.
I mean, some of the guys were saying they had like 2 million at an all-time high.
Yeah, that's the sad part about it is Russ has literally become a freaking cult leader and got all these people so invested in him and this token and they honestly truly believe it with all of their heart that this is going to turn around and they are going to make life-changing money off of it.
Oh yeah, they do. I think a lot of them have woken up to it, and of course, they're another one that says they're gonna release an NFT project, and I
I
think
didn't
they
know
might, have some things that are sold there only from the wolf pack and only the diehard wolf pack, because I think everybody else is sorta done with
yeah.
Saitama, as you can see. I mean, you were big investors too, you and your husband, and now you seem disenfranchised with them a little bit. There's a little bit of, I could hear it in your bitter, a little
Yeah.
bit. I hear it.
I'm
I hear it.
done. Like I'm not mad anymore. I'm done. I'm like one of the nicest people you will ever meet, but I have absolutely nothing nice to say to Russ. So I'm just done with Saitama.
Yeah, I hear you.
When, Terrarium or something else takes over and everyone just quits talking about it. Because if the YouTubers quit talking about Saitama, then it's just gonna slowly fade away even faster.
Right. Right. I think so. I really think so. But, so Teddy Ganja will have to let us know how it goes because he'll be able to spy on their booth. So remember when they released before the floor plan really came out, everybody's like, "Yeah, Saitama's got the biggest booth." They have a big booth, but it's
Yeah.
not the biggest booth. There's, like, a bunch of other booths that are the same size, but, oh, no, they had to have the big they remind me of Trump. Everything they have is the biggest and the best, and now his planes broke down, he can't afford to fix it. But, so, yeah, are there any other little now that we've gotten way off track from believe it or not, we did start with NFTs. I learned a lot. I got such an education about NFTs. Is there anything else that you think somebody needs to know about NFTs, about anything, or when you think your project might happen, or
We have to I think we're going to come up with a timeline once Teddy gets back from Dubai as far as launch. But then as far as the actual Vegas party goes, I think we're going to leave that open to the people who purchase them and kind of maybe have like a set range of dates and let them vote on it of which would be the best. Teddy has a baby on the way now, so we'll
yes,
kind of
it
have to
does.
be careful with the fall area.
Well, it sounds very interesting. So, well, I hope I'm able to get on that whitelist. I don't know who I'd have to know to be a part of that whitelisting. If only I knew, if only I had friends, you know what I'm saying?
We're friends with Teddy, and he told you about it.
Yeah, real friends. I only sent his ass a microphone,
Oh
Teddy.
no!
Uh-oh. Somebody down here says, let's see, broke plankton, wolves finna eat. I don't think so. But I hope you're right. Like I've always said, I hope it rebounds. I hope it comes roaring
I
back.
don't
I hope
wish
people
the
can get their
homeless
money back and sell it
people-
and get out.
I don't wish anybody to, lose their life savings or anything that's going on. I would never wish that on anyone. I hope it comes up so they can get their money out. But I hope when it comes up, they're smart enough to take their money out.
Right. To pull their profits or break even.
Even
I'm
or
sure people are just would be happy to break even at this point.
yeah.
Your husband says he'll be home in 15 minutes. Okay. Well, that's going to do it. I think that's about it. Anything else that you think we should include here, Galen? Or do you think we pretty much hit on all the different points that we could possibly hit on with NFTs?
I think that's it.
So you think the future of NFTs is bright, but not in the way that we're picturing it now.
Right.
Gone soon will be the days of the JPEGs. Moving on, it will be things like concert tickets,
Well,
movie
I
tickets, tickets to game.
don't for art, but I am talking genuine artist, real art, not something thrown together on your phone in an hour. I still think there will definitely be a market for artists and NFTs. That is the basis of what they are, is a form of artwork. And I truly believe that will hang around, but I think gone soon will be the days of the JPEGs and any little thing being loaded, coined an NFT. I think of sooner than later over the next couple of years, we're going to venture out of that. And I think the bubble is going to burst on every NFT project out there sometime within the next few years.
Well, that's scary. So, people, listen,
Yeah,
if you're watching this live stream and you happen to purchase into one of those apes or you spent a shitload of money on an NFT, unload that bitch.
I don't. If I had
Unload
a
her.
JPEG of an ape that was worth $2 million, I would have sold a picture of a monkey for $2 million because there's no way that I would hold on to that.
Or how
There's
about that woman that had the diamond? She took a picture of this beautiful diamond and had the diamond destroyed so that the only thing remaining was the picture. Did you hear about that?
no.
It was insane. It was like this crazy amount of money for this diamond, and she destroyed it so that only the picture remains and it's an NFT.
Oh my god.
Insanity. That's
Yeah.
I would much prefer the tangible diamond.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's crazy. All right, well, I think that's gonna wrap it up here. I don't know if you guys want to check out our friend here, Mrs. NFT Queen. Please go to her Twitter handle. You can follow her on Twitter. Maybe she'll keep us up to date on everything that she's doing, how the project is proceeding with Mr. Teddy Ganja. The future is looking bright for you, Mrs. Crypto Queen. Why did I call you Crypto Queen? NFT Queen. I'm the Crypto Queen, damn it. Mrs.
Hey,
NFT
when I
Queen.
found that handle on Twitter, I was so shocked that it was available. I was like, I swear to God, I'm going to get this handle, and one day in 10 years, I'm going to sell it to somebody who's way more popular than me and wants it.
How awesome would that be, right? I'm telling you, you probably are right. Yeah. Well, I thank you so much for joining me and answering all of my questions. Listen, I get it. They were probably boring for you. You're probably like, this chick doesn't know
No,
shit about NFTs. Oh my God. I thought I was coming on here to just have fun and talk, but man, I had to answer like a bunch of
I was
kindergarten questions for her, but it was really enlightening to me. And in case you got here late and you feel like we didn't touch on the basis of NFTs, we did. It was just in the beginning, but we did cover a lot. We covered a lot of real estate in the very beginning of the video. So you're more than welcome to go back and rewatch the beginning because I think we touched on everything. I think we did pretty
yeah, there's
much.
I can think of that we didn't at least briefly go over.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's going to do it here for me today. And thank you so much again for popping by my channel. And I thank you, Mrs. NFT Queen, for coming by, taking your time to answer my questions and having fun and just shooting the shit and talking. I really appreciate it. And I'd love to have you back whenever
Yeah,
you're ready to start spilling the beans about your super secret project with Teddy Ganja. I'd be more than happy to have you come back so we can either check it out or just talk about it.
For sure, definitely. We'll have to make Teddy come on with us.
That would be awesome. Love Teddy. All right, well, that's gonna do it here for us tonight, ladies and gents. I thank you so much for joining me, and until next